and welcome to Homestead Corner. I'm Ginny, and today I have got a $50 budget stock-up haul from the Dollar Tree. With all this stuff going on, we want to make sure that we are prepared for all the crazy things that are happening and coming, because we can see more and more coming down the pike all the time. So today I was able to run into Dollar Tree and I did a $50 stock up haul. I wanted to do the best I could. I gave myself a $50 budget and I was able to get everything that I wanted on my list and found a few items that I haven't seen in quite a while at our Dollar Tree. So I was pretty happy about that. So let's jump in and see what we got. The first thing I grabbed at Dollar Tree was this little toolbox. These are perfect for your emergency kits if you want to put together a first aid kit. It's a lot cheaper to do it yourself than it is to buy them all pre-made. So these are great for first aid kits, lights out kit, any kind of little emergency kit that you want to have together. These are perfect, small, and they have plenty of space in there for all the stuff that you want to put in. For $1.25, I thought this was a super good deal. I haven't seen those in a while in our Dollar Tree, so I was happy to find that. The next thing I grabbed was this little package of pepperoni. I think these are a super sweet deal. For $1.25, this makes enough pizzas for all of us in our family, and we have a family of 6. So we buy these and they're wonderful. They do not have to be refrigerated. Just toss them in the pantry and they have like a year or so for the shelf life. So this is another great protein option if you like pepperoni to just have in the pantry, and you don't have to keep it refrigerated. So you don't have to worry about that. And we blow through them pretty quickly. So it's, you know, we're rotating that stock all the time. And the next thing I grabbed is some A1 sauce. This is a super good deal for the price. The amount you get, it's like 5 ounces you get at the Dollar Tree. The 8-ounce bottles are over $3, close to $4 now. So this is a super good deal. We like to grab those kind of sauces and things like that when we see them at the Dollar Tree. And the next thing I grabbed is sweet chili sauce. Always delicious. We love this. I tried it a few months ago. It is excellent on chicken, in rice dishes, things like that. It's just really good. A little sweet and a little bit of spicy in it. Not too spicy, but you can kick it up by adding some more peppers if you like that. The next thing I grabbed was a couple cans of the Bruce's yams. We really like to have these in the pantry. So they are open and eat if you had to. They're ready to go. I love that about canned food because you can just eat it. You don't have to do anything to it. But they add to all your meals, add nutrition. They're super good for you. We love sweet potatoes, so I like to keep a decent supply of these in the pantry, and Dollar Tree is way cheaper than our local grocery stores. The next thing I grabbed is their lasagna noodles. I really like these. They are delicious. I love this brand, the Columbia Pasta, and you get a little bit more in here. This is a 12-ounce box, just like your other boxes, but our local stores are almost $2 a box. Some are over $2 a box. So $1.25 is a super good deal for lasagna noodles. And I love to keep these in the pantry because you can make lasagna, you can make the little roll-up things with noodles, tons of stuff you can do with them, and really affordable, definitely. I like that. And the next thing I grabbed was 2 of these paste enchilada sauces. I've never seen paste there before. I've tried some of their other enchilada sauces and I didn't love all of them, but we really like the paste, and we also like the Old El Paso, but they had paste, so that's what I grabbed. And definitely great to have. You can make enchilada rice, all kinds of really affordable meals. Enchiladas themselves are pretty cheap to make because there's not a ton of ingredients in there, but we love to have this because it is very versatile in the pantry. The next thing I grabbed was the Mother's Made cherry pie filling. This is absolutely delicious, and $1.25 is a super good deal to add this to your pantry. just a little flaky crust or pie crust, any kind of crust really, and you can whip up all kinds of great little desserts. Just a couple scoops of this and it's delicious. We love making turnovers because they're yummy. And let's see, did I get 2 of these? I think I did. And then I grabbed 2 of the Organic Valley tomato sauce. We love these in the pantry. Any kind of tomato products really, because even if you're buying like whole tomatoes canned or crushed tomatoes or diced or whatever, they can be blended down into sauce. We keep all different kinds, and that way, even if we don't have the right one that we're looking for, we can turn it into that if we need to, because it's all just basically canned tomatoes. Sometimes there's a little extra seasoning and sometimes there's not. And the next thing I grabbed, I love these for the pantry because they're so simple and easy. It's just the Prego classic Alfredo sauce. These are great. You can extend these by adding cream to them. You can do tons of different meals. Just some chicken and spinach with this over noodles. Oh, it is delicious. It's easy for the teenagers too. My kids grab this stuff and whip up chicken Alfredo and all sorts of stuff with it, which is great. So we like to keep those in the pantry as well. The next thing I grabbed is a Heinz Premium Light Soy Sauce. I've never seen this at the Dollar Tree either, but I like that it's in a glass bottle. It's going to last longer in the pantry. The regular soy sauce that they carry is in a plastic bottle, so it won't last quite so long because that bottle is going to degrade over time. But I love it anytime I can get stuff in glass. This is a smaller bottle of soy sauce, but we're going to give it a try. I have not tried the Heinz yet, but I've never had soy sauce that I didn't like. It's all very similar. Some's a little saltier than others, but that's okay. And then I also grabbed a container of the Butcher Boy coconut oil. We really love having this in the pantry. We can use it for so many different things. I like the smaller containers so I don't have a huge one open all the time. These work out really well because I don't use it every single day, but I like to have it so when I want it, it's there. And these smaller containers, I really like them because of the size. The next thing I grabbed is an extra pack of tea lights. I think candles are so important in your emergency supplies. Tea lights are great for all sorts of things. You can use them for cooking, for heating, for light, all sorts of stuff in a grid down situation. When the wax gets low, you can collect your wax up and make more candles, which I think is a great way to go. So there's no waste there. And we just love having all different kinds of candles in our storage. And, you know, even if it's tea lights or pillars, tapers, glass jars, whatever kind of candles we can, we put as many as we can in our emergency supplies. That way, when we need it, it's there. We don't have to worry about it. And I also grabbed this pack of 6 4-hour emergency candles. I like these as well. I think they are great. Any kind of candle really is going to work in an emergency situation. So you've got some sort of heat. Sometimes the glass jars aren't so great to cook on, especially if the candle gets low because it's too far from your pan. But they are still great for heat and lighting and things like that, which is wonderful. And the next thing I grabbed is just a little coloring book. I thought this would be great for one of the teenagers. Perfect for when the grid is down and they get bored, they need something to do. Entertainment stuff in your stash is pretty important, whether it's word searches or coloring, anything like that. Having things to do for some downtime is really important. And we like to make sure we have plenty of that. We have 4 teenagers, so if there's no electricity, we're going to need some things to keep us all busy. The next thing I grabbed was an extra set of these little 20 Christmas lights. I like to have these for emergency lighting. You know, they're not just for Christmas. They usually don't have them in the stores year round, so I grab them at Christmas time. But these are wonderful. They're battery operated and they give a nice low light so you can at least see in those hallways. Anything like that, you can just throw up a string of Christmas lights and use those if you've got battery operated lights. We love to keep extra of those on hand as well. Whatever kind they have, it really doesn't matter to me. If they have the little snowflakes and Santa Clauses and things on, those pop right off. If you don't want them on there, you can just pop them right off. But any kind of light is going to help you in a grid down situation. And battery lights, these last for a really long time on one set of batteries. So we like the Christmas lights for that. Let's see. For $50, I was able to get 2 pretty full bags. So I was pretty happy about that. Sometimes I come out and I'm like, wow, that's it? The next thing I grabbed was 2 packages of Band-Aids. I really love having plenty of Band-Aids. They had the flexible fabric, the different knuckle and fingertip ones, and your standard Band-Aids. So we like to make sure we have plenty of first aid stuff in these emergency supplies. So when something happens, we can just grab it, take care of things, and we know that we've got what we need. The next thing I grabbed was I picked up 2 more of these little condiment bottles for making our own condiments. It's really helping us save money by making our own condiments. And it's wonderful to have these little dispenser bottles on hand. So I wanted to have some extras so I can get the next one ready before I completely run out of what's in there. So these are a really good deal. I think they're around $1 for 1 at Walmart, and you get 2 at the Dollar Tree. So that's a super good deal. I wanted to just grab extras of those to have on hand. They're thin and they will break down over time. So making sure you have more than one is important. Let's see. And then I grabbed a pack of the heavy duty duct tape. I think duct tape is so important in your emergency supplies. You can fix so many different problems. Duct tape, WD-40. When I was growing up, that's what we fixed everything with. So duct tape is a great one to have in your emergency supplies for tons of different things. If you've got to hang tarps or plastic or close something up, anything like that, it's going to be there and you're ready to go. Simple and easy. I like to make things as simple as possible for myself. I got enough complications in life. And then they had these Brillo Basics dishwashing gloves, and these are for dishwashing. But if you have got to use a bucket for a toilet in an emergency situation, you're going to want to have some good high gloves so you can clean everything, reusable rags, things like that. You're going to want to, some things you just don't want to put your hands in, and you're going to want to have some gloves. So we like to make sure we have extra gloves, the tight ones, the like nitro gloves, and the all different kinds of gloves, work gloves, and even these dishwashing gloves. I don't wear them to do dishes with, but if I got to stick my hands in something nasty, I definitely want to have those on hand. The next thing I grabbed is a 10-pack of gallon bags. I normally get the 2.5 gallons, but I have a pretty good stock of those at the moment, and I don't have tons of the gallon size bags. These Ziploc bags are wonderful. I like to grab the freezer bags when possible because they're a little bit thicker and they're going to work a little bit longer. You can collect water in these. You can forage with these. So many different things. Store your food in it. I mean, there's endless opportunities to use these, definitely. So we like to keep plenty of those as well. And the next thing I grabbed was some paper bowls. And this is just a little 10-pack. These ones have the little waxy plastic coating type thing on it. They're not the real thin ones, but these are better for soups, cereals, things like that. In that emergency situation, if you are whipping up a big soup or something, you don't want to have tons of dishes if your water is limited. You want to make sure you've got some easy disposable stuff in those times when the water is limited and you don't want to do millions of dishes. So these are great to have for those emergencies. And I also grabbed these little tiny paper plates. These are great for sandwiches, snacks, things like that. Anything that's not real soupy. These are the thin paper ones, but great for those little snacks and stuff. So we like to have plenty of that stuff on hand. So we don't have to worry about the dishes. If the water goes down, we're going to be able to use those things and save tons of water from having to wash everything. And I also grabbed some of these styrofoam cups because I don't care if we got electricity or not, I'm drinking my coffee. So these are a must-have in my pantry. I don't love the foam stuff, but those are great for hot coffees, and I am going to have coffee no matter what. I don't care what kind of emergency it is. I need my coffee. The next thing I grabbed is an Absorbine Junior Plus patch. These are wonderful for back pain, pull muscles. Anytime you've got discomfort, they work on your legs, your arms, your back, all over the place, really. I mean, you can cut these down if you need to, but these are wonderful to have. And I love how thin they are. We keep these in our emergency bags as well because they are super thin. They don't take up any space and they don't really weigh anything. So you can put these right in your emergency bags and have a little relief if you need it. The next thing I grabbed were these couple little mouse traps. Perfect. If you have got a pantry, you want to be looking out for rodents, they will find a way into your house one way or another. Those little devils are evil. We live out in the country and it is a constant battle every fall and winter. They want to get in where it's warm and plenty to eat. So we like to make sure we have plenty of these mouse traps kicking around in the pantry. When we need them, we know right where they are and we can take care of the problem. I also grabbed 2 of the liquid skin. They had these back in stock. I love these. I think they are so handy for those small scrapes and cuts, just to cover things up. You want to be able to keep them clean and still do the things you need to do, even if it's just a small little scrape. So we love to have these kicking around, and they are so expensive at the other stores, $4 or $5 a piece. I love those because $1.25 is a super good deal, and they're great to have in the first aid kit. The next thing I grabbed is some Care Us Gentle Tape. You're definitely going to want to make sure you have tape when you have gauze pads, because the gauze pads aren't sticky, and this is going to help hold it on. We love to have plenty of first aid stuff. You don't want to have to be without that in an emergency. You may not be able to get to the doctor. There may not be a doctor around. You know, you may have to just take care of everything yourself, and you want to be prepared for that, definitely. The next thing I grabbed, I love these little Curad pads. They don't stick to the wound so much. So these are great to have to go along with that tape and make sure that first aid kit is full, bursting full. And then I grabbed some Reach floss. It's so important to keep your teeth clean, especially in an emergency situation. You may not be able to get to a dentist. That floss, the wax-coated floss, is also wonderful if you have to sew a winter jacket or a pair of ski pants or anything like that that's exposed to the outside elements, a tent, a backpack. That makes a great thread because the wax coating helps preserve the thread, and it will last a heck of a lot longer than standard thread is going to last. Oh, and we got 2 of those. I thought I only got 1, but I guess I got 2. And the next thing I grabbed was the antibacterial wet wipes. These are wonderful for your emergency kits. They have bigger packages and smaller packages. I really like these for just a quick cleanup in the car. They are wonderful. We keep them in our emergency bag in the car, in our go bags, anything like that. Whenever you need a quick cleanup, if you need to eat, you want to make sure your hands are clean. Who knows what you've been touching and who else has been touching it. So especially if you're out at the store, I like to wash my hands up afterwards before I eat, definitely. So you're not bringing all that extra junk home that you might catch in the store. Let's see, the next thing I grabbed, I've never seen these at a Dollar Tree before, and I always purchase this brand at Walmart, but they're Westcott scissors. Great to have extra scissors in your stash for when you have to cut anything or anything like that. We like to make sure we have plenty backups for our backups, definitely. That way you've got plenty of things, and you know that if something breaks or if you lose it, you've got another one, and hopefully you've got it organized and you can find it. Let's see, last but not least, I grabbed another pack of the 32 pack of the little clothespins. We use these for chip clips, to do all kinds of stuff. I got them in my freezer holding bags closed. I use them on the chips. We hang up the laundry with them. They're just super useful. If you've got a bucket, you're putting a trash bag on it, you can use the clips to hold it on the bucket. Just so many different things. There are lots of things to use those for, and we like to keep clothespins around all the time. And that's it for my $50 stock up from the Dollar Tree. Right now, we're just trying to make sure we're keeping that pantry full and we have all the supplies that we need. With Christmas here and the holidays, things are definitely more expensive. Sometimes we are getting a little bit less, but as long as we keep going, that's all that matters. You don't have to do more. If you're doing it continuously, even if it's only $10 here and $5 there, a little bit goes a long way. When you just continually do it over and over, it's going to add up really quickly. We started off prepping with $5 a week. That's all I could afford to put away. And over time, it really expanded from buying bulk and buying things that are inexpensive, looking for deals, whatever way we could. So just know that it doesn't have to be a lot. Even a little bit does add up over time. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!